Hi everyone, welcome back to PARQUET, episode 11. So, it's almost Christmas and Reno wants to celebrate it with Kanato for the first time in their histories. So Reno, as you know, has been all alone for her whole life and therefore has no one to celebrate it with. And despite her looking all upset and gloomy, she's actually excited about this. So even though Tsubasa can't celebrate Christmas with Reno, she's going to help Reno and Kanato obtain a cake for this event. So being very late means that it's very hard for Kanato to secure an order for a cake, which is why they're going to ask this guy, so the boss, to make one for them. And the boss refuses because they're hard to make and I don't make good cakes. So his daughter, Nika, is trying to convince her dad to make one. And for him, it sounds easy. So with memory grafting, it'll all work. But we know that Kanato can't memory graft. So let's see how they'll convince this angry person to make a cake for them for Christmas. So Tsubasa, Reno, and Kanato. Okay, so he says, let's see.
ケーキ作りなんて一般的な記憶どこでも売ってるぞ
So it sounds easy. But I can't use BMI though. There you go.
使えないって
Wait, you can't? So I have a rare condition.
そうなるとやっぱり店で買うしかないな
Okay, I guess you'll have to buy one.
パパが教えてあげればよくない?
Oh, so how about you teach him?
そうなるとやっぱり店で買うしかないな
So basically, too hard, can't do.
いや聞こえてんでしょ何娘の声を無視してんの
So I know that you heard me.
人に教えるのは自分で作るよりもさらに面倒なんだよ
There you go.
パパが言ったんじゃん自分で作ればって
But then again, you were the one who suggested the idea, so don't go back on your words.
やぶへびだったと後悔してる
Okay, my bad.
うちもパパのケーキ食べたいしねえパパ
Come on, Papa. So it's hard to deny his daughter.
パパ
うるせえなおいつかお前らのパパじゃねえ
No, I'm not your Papa. So for Tsubasa and Kanato.
いい年した男からパパとか呼ばれると気持ち悪い
I guess not. Well, if you're so against the idea, then don't worry about it. So I'll think of some other way. Well, this was my fault, and I'm asking too much of you. And all I want is to enjoy this year's Christmas, but I guess I can live without a good cake. And basically, Kanato's making the boss feel bad for his refusal. Well, I got my hopes up after hearing that you shielded a stray cat from the rain, but if you don't want to, I'll respect your choice. And not even the most compassionate man on the planet can do every favor asked of them.
すさまじい嫌みだな
Well, sorry, but I just really need a cake, so Will you please teach me then?
わかったよ。教えりゃいいんだろ。ニカちゃんのを作るついでだ。
Fine, I'll do it. Thank you very much, sir.
ただ言っとくぞ。こんな面倒なことをするのは今回だけだからな。
Well, that's fine.
よかったね。これでなんとかなりそうだ。
So, great. Actually, on the subject, can you help us too, Kido-san?
僕も
Wait, me? Well, I'm not planning to involve Ibaraki-san in the planning, so she has her limitations. And that way I won't put a damper on her excitement. So, to the end... Okay, so I appreciate the help if it's not too much trouble. I want to plan the party together. Okay, so you won't make the cake, but you can help me with other things.
分かった。いいよ。付き合わせてもらう。
So, how to make the party exciting? And after brooding for a minute, she smiles and nods. Okay, I'll do that. And there is a faint trace of resignation in her expression. But I also see joy in it.
ぜひやらせてほしい。
No, I think it's good.
よろしくお願いします。
No, thank you. So also, thanks for the help as well, Nika-san.
いいよそんなの。それよりうちのパパがキモくてごめんね。
Well, yeah, my dad can be like that. Well, no problem. Even if he is, at the end of the day, he still agreed to teach me.
にこやかな会話のふりしてただ俺をけなしたいだけだろお前ら。
But then again, he started it, so he can't complain. Well, I don't mean to insult you.
ニカちゃんがいなかったら躊躇なく断ってたのに。
Oh, that thing again.
一応言っておくが今からすぐというのは無理だぞ。準備が必要だ。
Okay, so but first, I'll prepare. That's fine.
それと俺が作れるケーキは基本的なやつだけだ。
Well, I'm sure anything is good for Kanato. There you go. So something basic is fine.
ならいちごのやつでいいか。
Oh, so that's perfect. Is there anything I should prepare for? So on my end?
特にない。いちいち指示するのも面倒だからな。俺が準備しておく。
Okay, so save the trouble and the hassle.
あるとしたらそうだな。重労働になる覚悟はしておけ。
So it's been decided that I'm going to bake the cake with tough training from the boss. I do agree that it would be a better idea, so it makes it special and unique, and a personal touch. And the more effort I put into the preparation, the more satisfying the party will be. And even if she can't be there for the party itself, Kido-san can participate and enjoy herself as well. Okay. Thankfully, she seems enthusiastic about the idea, so I just need to get down to work.
PARQUET.
Okay, so nighttime with Reno. So by the way, I decide to put on a Christmas party to Aya.
そうなんだ。
Really? So it'll just be a small gathering though, so I'm not planning to invite a bunch of people.
いいじゃん。規模の大小は関係ないよ。
That's okay. I agree. And there are plenty of fun things you can do with a smaller scale party. Like homemade cakes. Since there won't be many people, it's easier to justify making it yourself. Okay, so I can make a small cake just for Reno, San, and... Or actually, Ibaraki-san and me. And I'm sure Ibaraki-san will be overjoyed when I tell her so Kido-san and I worked together to make it. Well, I hope she will at least. And I know she won't turn up her nose at it, though, well, she's too kind for that. Okay, so I also need to thank you for the advice you gave me. No problem. Now, I even looking forward to Christmas now, so you're making it exciting and I can't wait to see what it'll be like when it happens.
ならいいけど。でも平気？今さらこんなこと言うのもあれだけど、空回りとかしてない？
But can you have a party with her?
だってほら、パーティーを行うもう一人はあの調子だから。
So she looks unexcited. There you go. She keeps groaning and squirming around. And whatever it is, it appears to be causing her mental anguish.
二日酔いではないよね。放っておいて平気？
Well, I don't know what's going on, and she's acting so enthusiastic about the party yesterday.
リノちゃん、思ってることはすぐ顔に出るし。
Or more like it's embarrassing to show it to her manager.
嫌なら嫌って口にするタイプのはずなんだけど。
Well, I know she's looking forward to it from what Kido-san told me. And there's no way she's having second thoughts about the party. And I've never seen her act so conflicted.
何か別件で悩んでるのかな?
So maybe something is bothering her. Well, I can't think of what it would be. And should I ask her about it? So I am her roommate for what it's worth.
どうだろう。女の子には女の子にしかわからない悩みってものがある。
So that's good.
変に口出ししたら激鱗に触れることもあり得るから。
Well, I'm sure that's true for Reno.
とりあえず様子見でいいんじゃない？何かあればリノちゃんの方から言ってくるでしょ。
Or maybe just wait for her to calm down first. Well, I hope that's the case. It's kind of concerning to say at the least.
わかった。ここは私が一肌脱ごう。
Okay?
リノちゃんのことは私に任せて。いぶきくんはそうだな。店長の散歩お願いできる？
Okay, so you walk with the dog boss. Okay, well, thanks for going or doing this. I pick up the backpack with the leash in it and go get boss. Okay, time for a walk, buddy. Okay. Okay, so it's almost midnight. But the city is even busier than it is during daytime. And I see them everywhere. Not people, but the BMIs that they wear on their necks. So we might be having you make a debut as a virtual mascot soon enough. Wait, me? And he must have been able to tell what I was talking about. And he looks at me with those big round eyes. So everyone likes a gentleman. I stroke his head, eliciting happy tail wags from him. And the honesty of a gesture reminds me of how Ibaraki-san looked last night. So I know she is happy about it. So why does she look so conflicted about it tonight? So they're still cold in between.
いくら同性でも気軽に踏み込むと虎の尾を踏むこともある。
So I need to find some way to get in touch or talk to cold Reno-san or Reno-kun.
今さら泣き言言っても仕方ないか。
Well, it's not working.
リノちゃん、どうかした？さっきから手が止まってるけど。
Okay, so it's Reno-chan. So, everything okay?
あ、すみません。サボろうとしていたわけじゃないんですけど。
No. Well, I'm not slacking off, so everything is okay.
わかってるわかってる。怒ってるんじゃない。心配なだけだよ。
それは。
Well,
何か悩みがあるなら相談くらい乗るよ。
so
俺
I'm
で
your
も上司で年上なんだから。
so I'm your boss. So if you have a problem, tell me.
あやさんって
うん。
Yes?
恋人とかいたことありますか？
Oh, that.
一応は。ずいぶんご無沙汰ではあるけど。
But it's been a while.
その質問、私の胸をえぐる以外の意味ってある？
ああ、いや、違います。そんなつもりではなくて。
No.
えーっと。
So none of that.
いぶきくんなら平気だよ。店長の散歩に行ってもらってる。それで、何を悩んでるわけ？
Okay, so Ibiki-san's not here.
実は、私、恋人とか作ったことなくて、そもそも友達すらいなくて、だから、プレゼントなんてしたことなくて、ですから、
So I am kind of nervous.
深刻そうな顔だから何かと思えば。
やっぱいいです。
Well, never mind.
いや、ごめん。バカにしたわけじゃないんだ。
So don't worry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I offended you.
爆笑しておいてよく言えますね。
Well, you're laughing, so that's not good.
不意をつかれちゃったんだよ。そんな可愛らしい乙女の悩みだとは思ってなくて。
But anyways, it is kind of adorable. Oh, come on.
笑っちゃって本当にごめん。でもリノちゃんの気持ちはわかるつもりだよ。
恋人とは言いましたけど、あくまで言葉のあやというか、私は別に。
それもわかってる。クリスマスだから異性の友達にプレゼントを贈るだけ。特別な意味はない。
Okay, so you are wondering what to give as a Christmas present, right?
でも適当すぎるのもなんだか嫌だ。せっかくプレゼントするんだから。ってところでしょ？
Right? So is that what you are thinking about?
まあ、大体は。
So, yes.
ただの同居人だし、そこまで気にしなくてもいいような気もしてはいるんですけど。
一応確認するよ。
So, one question.
ルームシェアはなし崩し的に始まったわけだよね。
なし崩しというか、半ば脅されて。
So, he coerced me into it.
実際に暮らしてみてどう？まだ短い時間だけど。
So, how's it faring? So it's been some time now.
最初に思っていたほど悪い気はしていない。
I guess it was
知れないです。
better than I expected.
だったらさ、そういう気持ちが伝わるようなプレゼントを考えてみれば？
So how about using that as a basis for how to give a present?
ありがとうございます。参考にさせてもらいます。
ん？
So that's good.
しかし、なんというか、 青春だね。
And it makes me wish I was young.
PARQUET.
Okay, so looks like they found more memories for Tsubasa. So Kiro-san puts the BMI around her neck and checks the memories within. And all of them are collected by Nika-san. And most have somewhat dubious contents. However, she has no choice but to meticulously check each and every one of them to see if they contain any of her memories. And I can only imagine how grueling a task it is, yet Kiro-san has already done it countless times. So, I simply watch her for a while. So found anything?
ダメだったよ。
So,
今
no.
回のも全部外れ。
So none of them have told you anything about your memories.
そううまくはいかないってことだ
So,
ね。
no, none, no luck.
とはいえ可能性が高くないことは最初から覚悟してるから僕にできることはすべて試していくだけさ。
Oh. So, by the way... Wait, so what have you been doing this whole time?
プランクってやつ。
So, working out. And she placed the mat on the floor and is lying face down, supporting herself with her toes, forearms, and elbows. It looks like she's trying to keep her body completely vertical.
ニカ君から渡された痩せられるメモリーの中身は筋トレ用のものだったんだ。
So at least some of the cubes had instructions on how to lose weight, so do exercise.
これを移植すると正しい姿勢とかどこを意識するとか理解できるらしい。
So basically, do stretches. So, exercise is the key to losing weight. Well, I'm sure it's obviously yes.
うおー
And you wouldn't think it would be so bad just looking at what she's doing. But it must be pretty taxing. And she's shaking and groaning nonstop. Well, maybe if she ate less fatty or sugary foods, then it'll be less of a problem for her to do exercise.
一旦休憩。
Okay, break time. And she maintains that posture for 1 minute in intervals of 30 seconds. And that must be what composes one set or one rep. And after a few of those, she gets up.
僕は移植できないけど鏡を見ながら説明してるからね。鏡に映った体勢を真似るようにして鍛えれば食べても怒られないんじゃないかと思って。
Okay. So we're going to have cake for Christmas too. So it's a good time to burn calories preemptively.
そういうこと。辛そうにも見えなかったからやってみたもののきつこれきつ
But that is how exercise works. So if you're all worn out, then that means it's doing its job.
なんで映像の人たちは笑ってられるんだろう。いぶきくんもやる？
So Ibuki-kun, so do you want to exercise with me? Do you want to join in? I think I'll pass.
道連れが欲しかったのに。
Oh, come on, so don't abandon me. And what about the other memories? Like the one about curing insomnia.
中身はダイビングだったよ。海中の映像を見てるだけでも楽しいよ。
Okay, so it was nothing. So just a underwater video.
BMI だと没入感もあるから。
I could see myself enjoying a video like that.
とはいえ、僕が寝不足で悩むことはないんだけど、なんせすでに永遠の眠りについてるからね。
Huh? Hey, so doesn't it hurt to make that smug face while you are planking? But it hurts. So after she's done exercising, we head to the cafe. So today we are learning how to bake cakes with the owner.
一朝一夕で上達するもんじゃないが、一度流れを把握する方がいいだろう。
Okay?
いきなり本番用のケーキを作って失敗したら目も当てられん。
Alright, so I'll do my best to keep up.
で、なんでうちまで借り出されてるの？
俺はケーキの作り方を教えなきゃならん。
Well, then it'll be just the boss.
店を無人にはできないからな。
So you tend to the cafe while I teach this dolt loser.
ごめんニカ君。でも僕もケーキ作りに参加したいんだ。ああ、いえ、翼さんが謝る必要は全然。でもパパのお店って全然忙しくないじゃん。
But then again, there are no customers.
いや、マジ平気？いきなり無職になったり、ましてや借金とか。
娘に心配されるほど逼迫してない。
No, so we are doing okay.
行列を作ることはないが、満席になることもたまにはある。
So it's just that today is not our day. But on other days, we get lots of people.
たまになんだ。やっていけるならうちがとやかく言うことじゃないけど。
So every once in a while.
本当にごめんね、ニカ君。それからありがとう。だからいいって。
It's okay.
言い出したのはうちだから、その責任くらいは。
Well, it was kind of my fault.
ほら、これ使え。
Okay, here, this. And the boss hands Nika-san a memory cube.
うちのメニューと値段、レジの使い方のマニュアルだ。
Okay, so here's the skills for you being an employee at this place. So menu prices and cash register.
オーダーが入ればキッチン作業は俺がやる。ニカちゃんはフロアの方だけを頼む。
了解。
Okay. So Nikon puts the BMI on and does the memory graft. And the contents probably were not too difficult to begin with. Case in point, the grafting is done less than a minute.
覚えた。これくらいなら問題ないよ。
Okay, so it'll be all good.
任せた。
Great.
今日の働いた分のバイト代は払うから安心しろ。
マジ？やったね。
Okay, so sweet.
さて、始めるとするか。
So, shall we get started? I quickly realized why the owner said that making cakes is a pain in the ass. So, there are a plethora of details to keep track of, like amounts of each ingredient and how to bake it in the oven. And it's an especially arduous process since the owner is such a perfectionist when it comes to food. So I must say, he's quite a good teacher. So, plus. And maybe it's because I'm a beginner? And no matter how much difficulty we have, he does not allow us to get stuck on any one part of the process. Okay, so make sure you get this right before we move on. And in time, his strict guidance pays off. Oh, so it actually came out nice.
当たり前だ。俺が教えてやったんだから。いろいろ不満もあるが、まあこんなものだろう。
Okay, so it's good enough.
あとは仕上げのデコレーションだな。
And now for the decorations. So how are you doing over there? While I made the base of the cake, Kino-san practices making the decorations. I can mix just fine, but she's the one that's taking care of the tasks that require dexterity like decoration making. And that's how we decide to divide the roles between us.
一応だんだんコツがつかめてきたような気がしないでもないような。
Okay?
少しくらいは絞り袋の扱いにも慣れてきただろう。
それはまあ少しくらいなら。
So maybe...
とりあえずやってみればいい。そのための練習だ。
そうだね。やってみるしかないか。
That's true. Okay, so Tsubasa will do the decorations. Okay. So here I go, or here I come. And she takes a deep breath and stares down at the cake. And then she positions the piping bag.
よし。
So her positivity has been replaced with pure determination. And she faces the cake with a serious aura I've seldom seen from her before.
ダメだ。やっぱり緊張する。
I can't do it. She takes another deep breath before setting up her bag again. But then I look up and know something. Wait, so you got cream on your face?
What?
Wait, really?
道理でなんか違和感があると思った。
Okay.
今は絞り袋を離せない。
Okay, so I'll get it off for you.
ありがとう。
Okay, thanks. And she closes her eyes and sticks her face a slight bit forward. And I reach out and wipe the cream off with my index finger. However, I then find myself wondering what to do with it. So wash it off. Okay, so should I have wiped it with a tissue? Or maybe it was a mistake to use my finger. And then Kino-san opens her eyes, and what she does next surprises me. So I'll lick it. And she licks up the little bit of cream on my finger.
さすがマスター。すごく美味しいクリームだね。
So this cream is good.
この美味しさを損なわないように僕も頑張らないと。
So at least no waste. Yeah? So she looks down at the cake again, and it has her full attention. And is it normal to lick someone's finger in a situation like this? I've never spent time with someone in the manner, so I'm not sure. But I had this vague feeling that this is not normal. And maybe she's just overexcited and did it on reflex. Well, at any rate, I'm glad she's having so much fun with the cake preparation.
お疲れ様です。
Okay, so how did it turn out in the end?
ニカちゃんもお疲れ。何か問題起きたりしてないか？
Any troubles?
平気だってば。
No?
そもそも何か起きるほどお客さんも来なかったもん。
トゲのある言い方だな。
お二 二人ともお疲れ様です。
So we walk back out. Nika-san welcomes us with a warm smile. However, she's not alone.
心配しなくても平気だよ、マスター。
Okay, so the daily customer comes in. Hashihime-san.
娘さんはしっかり働けていたから。
そうか、ならいいんだ。
So glad to hear.
メモリグラフトがあるんだもん。専門的なことならともかく、これくらい余裕。それよりパパ。
So, what's the problem now?
わかってる。バイト代はちゃんと払う。
So, okay, I helped you, so pay up.
やった臨時ボーナス。
And, okay, I'll get a bonus. Cool.
最近 BMI の調子が悪かったんだよね。買い替える資金にしよう。
And I'll buy another BMI.
うん。なんなら一度私が見ようか。接触が悪くなってるだけで簡単に直せるなんてこともよくあるからね。
Okay, so no need to buy a new BMI. So it's just that your contacts need to be replaced or fixed.
でもお高いんでしょ。
Does it cost a lot?
いえ、アフターサービス込みで98,000円となっております。
Well, I'm sure that's kind of expensive. So 98,000 yen, which is about, well, based on the current exchange rate, like $7,000. Oh,
はちゃめちゃ高い。
or more like $700.
冗談だよ。お世話になってるマスターの娘さんにふっかけたりしないさ。
Just kidding, so I won't charge that much.
部品を交換するならその分くらいは請求させてもらうけど。
So I'll do the fix, and if it needs replacements, then I'll charge you for the replacement part.
大したことなかったら無料でいい。
There you go.
ちょっとしたクリスマスプレゼントみたいなものだね。
ありがとうございます。
So, thank you so much.
悪いな。だが、費用の方はちゃんと請求してくれ。
No, you can charge her,
必要なら俺が支払おう。
and I'll pay the bills.
そう？そこら辺はかかりそうなら相談ってことで。
Okay, so I'll charge the 98,000 yen on you.
あ、そうだ。クリスマスといえば聞いたよ。2人でケーキを作るんだって。クリスマス用の。
Yeah, so I'm planning a bit of a celebration, and I guess you could say that. So I want to enjoy myself and experience something new.
いいことだと思うよ。
Interesting.
そうですよ、ケーキですよ。
And then there'll be a cake.
どんな感じになりました？
できたよ。一応だけど。
一応？
So what do you mean?
失敗したわけじゃないはずだけど、初めて作ったからね。
So it's okay.
だから問題がないかどうか確認してもらえる？
So how about you taste it and see how it is?
味見ならお任せ。
Sure.
橋姫さんも。
私も食べていいの？
So can I?
はい、もちろんです。
And please, so be brutally honest. So don't flatter, don't say it's good even though it's not.
そんな風に言われるとなんか緊張するな。責任重大。
とにかくいただこうか。話はそれからだ。
Okay, so let's try it first.
すぐに持ってきます。
Okay. She goes back to the counter and gets the cake.
おお、綺麗にできてるじゃないですか。美味しそう。
And Nika-san is already excited after just one look at it. And it doesn't appear to be a fake reaction. So she genuinely is happy and excited about the cake. And there you go. So the whole cake is covered in luscious white cream and topped with bright red strawberries. And while it's our first attempt, it should at least be decent. and we had the best teacher guiding us, despite his strict and upsetting attitude. And I'm fairly confident. But it's still nerve-wracking to have someone judge something that you yourself made.
思ったよりもちゃんとしてる。
Ooh, so looks good.
っていうのは失礼だね。ごめんごめん。
いえ、むしろそう言ってもらえてちょっと安心しました。
And fortunately, there are no other customers in the cafe right now. And the owner masterfully slices the cake into 5 equal parts with his sharp knife. Ooh, wow, so the cross-section looks nice, thankfully.
見た目もちゃんとしてるし、本当に初めて作ったの？
So it's kind of amazing to see that this is your first cake. So it looks really good.
はい、マスターに全部教わって。
思いっきり初心者の手つきでヒヤヒヤさせられたぜ。
Okay, so I admit, this came out pretty well.
ケーキどころか、そもそも料理をすることにも慣れてないので。
Especially for non-cooks.
それでもちゃんとできるんだから大したものだ。
それじゃいただきます。
Okay, so let's eat.
いただきます。
And both Kiro-san and I watched them with bated breath. And then...
うまっ。心配なんてしなくてもちゃんと美味しいです。
Wow, so this is good.
私も美味しいと思うよ。いや本当に。お金を取ってもいいくらいだ。
And high praises across the board. Also happened to notice the owner staring at the cake. However, he does not appear dissatisfied.
手際は悪かったが、味の方はま、こんなもんか。
So it tastes good, but can do better with the presentation. So it looks kind of sloppy.
いやこれ完璧でしょ。美味しい以外の感想とかないんだけど。
同感だ。素人が文句をつけられるものじゃない。
9大点ってところだな。
Okay, so approve.
なんでパパは素直に褒められないかな。
So you're still stingy.
こんなに美味しいのに。
It's good, so give them praises. Don't just say, oh, it's okay.
いや、俺が作った方がうまいね。
Well, then again, he's a pro.
何を張り合ってるんだか大人げない。
So you can't compete with an amateur as a pro.
そもそも僕らはマスターに教えてもらったんだ。どちらが美味しく作れるかは分かりきってることじゃないか。
Okay?
そんな冷静な反応をするなよ。
Come on.
なんか空気が痛いんだが。
でも9大点とはいえマスターから合格をもらえてほっとした。
うちじゃダメですか？
もちろんニカ君の感想も嬉しいよ。でもニカ君は優しいだろ。
Okay?
気を使ってくれているのかもしれない。その点マスターはそんな気遣いをするタイプではないからね。
何かにつけて俺をけなすのが流行ってるのか。
But then again, the boss should be more open and stop criticizing and, oh, it's good, but mine's better. That's the way to show off.
俺だって一人の社会人。社会の歯車として生きてんだぞ。
But at least show compassion to the others.
社交辞令くらい使いこなせる。適当なこと言ってたらぶっ殺すぞ。
So stop making fun of me.
社交辞令を使いこなせる社会人は何かにつけてぶっ殺すとは言わないよ。
There you go.
口癖なんだよ。ほっとけ。
Well, okay, so that's how I talk, and that's not a good way to put it.
でも本当に良かったよ。
美味しいと言ってもらえて。練習とはいえ、これで少しは自信も持てた。
And hearing everyone's reactions must have caused a huge wave of relief to overcome her. And she picks up her fork and takes a bit of her own piece.
美味しい。クリームは滑らかで、甘さもくどくなくて、スポンジもふわふわ。いちごの酸味も爽やかで。
Okay.
さすがマスター。味に関しては信用できる。
味だけか。
Wait, just cake?
うちもパパの味は信用してる。
だから味だけなのか？
So just food?
一つだけとはいえ、父親が年頃の娘さんに信用されているんだ。胸を張っていいことだと思うよ。
And that's a good thing.
コミュニケーションを拒否されてないのは嬉しいことだが、話を聞く限り家に居場所がないやつも結構いるらしい。それに比べればマシだな。
そうそう、クラスの友達に比べればうちなんてマシな方だよ。感謝してよね。
But I want a thank you.
なんか釈然としないんだが、いや、いいか。
But whatever, so thanks.
でも食べ物に関しては本当に最高なんだよね。美味しい。パパって意外とすごいよね。意外と。
意外と強調するな。
Hey, so you didn't need to say the last part.
やだな。こんなに美味しいものが食べられることに感謝してるってことだよ。
そうか。そういうことなら。
Okay, that's good to know.
ちょろ。
なんか言ったか？
What was that?
なんでもない。
Nothing?
それよりパパ、うちのクリスマスパーティーのケーキも期待してるからね。
女の子の友達同士で集まるんだったな。任せとけ。腕によりをかけて作ってやる。
Well, just wait. So I'll bake you girls the best cake ever.
やったー。
Alright. And Nika jumps up and down with a huge childish grin on her face. And Hashihime-san watches, chuckling at the sight.
あの子はいつもあんなに笑ってるの？
Wait, Nika-san, so are you, or you mean, yeah, so she's a pretty cheery person.
そうなんだ。へえ。
Okay. And have you ever talked with her? And her personality is pretty obvious to spot, I feel.
この店にはよく来るけど、あくまで休憩、息抜きに来るだけ。マスターの娘っていうのは知ってたけど、話したのは初めてだね。
Well, I think their whole family is that way, to be honest. It took me 3 seconds to realize how much the owner adores her.
確かに。
Yes, I see what you mean.
にしても、マスターには全然似てないね。内面も含めて。
言っとくが聞こえて
Hey,
るからな。
I can hear you. So once again, you girls are back-talking me.
おっと、私はそろそろ仕事に戻らないと。ごちそうさま。ケーキ本当に美味しかったよ。
But anyways, it was wonderful.
クリスマス当日も成功するように祈ってる。
ありがとうございます。クリスマスの本番を迎える前にもう少し練習しないと。
Okay, so going past that cafe, let's see what's next.
デコレーションの作業は慣れればもっとよくできると思うんだ。
So sorry for taking up all your time with this.
僕怒ってるように見えた？
No, so not really.
だろ？
So I'm not upset or anything. And she flashes a suggestive smile at me.
伊吹くんにどんな風に見られているかはわからないけど、 僕は楽しいよ。とても楽しいんだ。
But I am having fun.
あのケーキは伊吹くんとリノくんのために作る。
Okay.
誰かのために何かをするのは初めてだから。 BMI の研究をしてたのは木戸翼が生きるためだけだったから。誰かのためっていうのも悪くはないものだ。
So, you're excited. I thought so.
やっぱり
Obviously. And you wouldn't go around licking someone's fingers if you were not. Wait. Apparently, it had never hit her until now. And she blushes wildly, her eyes wide open.
いや、あれはなんというか、味見をしたくなった勢いに任せて、つい
Okay.
というか、恥ずかしいことをしてしまったと、今更ながらに、変なことをした。
So sorry for the licking. Well, no need to apologize. Well, honestly, I appreciate it.
伊吹くんって
Wait,
そういう人なの？
really?
女の子に指を眠らせて悦に浸る。
No, absolutely not. So I have zero interest in that. But it wasn't bad, I guess.
やっぱり
So you do. Hey, so stop looking at me like that. So that's not what I mean. And I'm glad you are so happy baking that you did without thinking.
そういうことなら
I guess.
さっき言った通り楽しかったよ。ケーキを作った後も。
And what do you mean specifically?
ニカくんやはし姫さんが笑ったり、マスターが認めてくれたり、まだ試作品ではあったけど、誰かの反応が見られるのは嬉しいことだ。それも初めて知った気がするんだ。
Okay. And it reminds me of that time after we met when they thanked me. And I felt a sense of gratitude and fulfillment that I never before experienced. And that must be what she's feeling now.
死んでから気づくなんて、後悔先に立たずとはよく言ったものだね。
And I really can't laugh at your death jokes.
相変わらずジャッジが厳しい。
Oh, how harsh of you as a critic.
まあ、それはそれとして。
Okay,
そんなわけだから、変な気遣いは無用だよ。
so basically, don't worry about me. I'm doing okay, all in well, and that's a relief.
リノくんもニカくんみたいに喜んでくれたなら、それを想像するとやる気も出る。反応を直接見られないのは残念だけどね。
That's true.
不満じゃないよ。ちょっと残念ってだけだ。
But it is disappointing. And it is quite sad she won't be able to see the fruits of her labor. So she won't be able to see how Reno acts when she eats the cake. But does it have to be that way?
不満があるとしたら、それはクリスマスを満喫してもらえなかった時だ。
And Tsubasa won't be able to enjoy the Christmas party.
この努力が不意になったら許さないよ。
So even if I'm not present, don't mess it up. I'll try not to.
心しておきたまえ。パルケ。
Okay, so later that night, so I believe this is where the small Christmas party begins with just Reno and Kanato. So I'll stop here for this episode and we'll see how the Christmas party goes. So Reno is excited, but at the same time she's nervous. I'm not sure of how to celebrate it. And I believe she was going to give a present, but is having trouble deciding on which present to give to Kanato. So first, we'll see how Reno enjoys the homemade cake. So I think it's made by Tsubasa, or maybe Kanato and Tsubasa combined. And I wonder if the cake will look better than it did when they were learning under the somewhat angry boss. Well, anyways, with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.